Good morning. Let's get started. All right, Tesla had some earnings numbers released. Let me see. What is this? Tesla's going nuts right now. Okay, Q3 deliveries. Reported Q3 deliveries over 497,000 vehicles. Deployed a record of 12.5 gigawatt hour energy storage. So Tesla is doing some stuff. Super interesting. You can always drop random numbers at any time. Look at that. I don't know if this was scheduled or not. No idea. But wow, look at the reaction to it. Tesla's getting kind of extended. Let's see, what's the high? The high is 490, about 490. Okay, we're right up there. 475. Pretty amazing. Pretty amazing. All right. Let's check in on the swings. Got some awesome swings on. I think towards the end of the year, it's going to be really nice for the swings. Etsy. Let me pull this up over here. Man, Etsy just looks like it wants to teleport, or not teleport, it wants to rocket up towards $100. We'll see if it does it, but we have a swing on that. Hopefully it can generally sustain itself. We were buying this in the 50s. Lulu. Take a look at this one. I think we're getting ready to bounce. It is gearing up. Hopefully the bottom's in. Never really know, but we had this earnings gap down over here. Another one back here. Couple of really nice gaps that need to be filled. The gaps will be filled. What else? Nike. Amazing. Yeah, Tesla's looking crazy. Nike's looking really nice. Super clean looking chart, honestly. Pretty massive trend break right here. That's a big one. So we were prepared for the dip towards that trend line, but it looks like we're going to hold higher. So I loaded in a bunch of Nike after the earnings. So I've got 72 average on Nike. No, 71. 71 average. Let me set this. 71, 12. Sweet. Yeah, I think towards the end of the year is going to be nuts for swing trades. Nike is pretty primed to push. Let me double check my my guess. Oh yeah, this is what I think Tesla might do now. You know, we're pushing up to the high right now as we speak. So I think that this is pretty geared up to push quite a bit towards the end of the year with everything else. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like this, maybe a push into the 500s. Pretty convincing push there. That's kind of my guess right now. It's sort of building this trend line, which is kind of fascinating. Um, might eventually have a pullback to the trend line, pullback to the high, previous high level area, and then we'll see what happens after that. But right now, it looks like it's about to rocket up towards 560. Nike. This is what I think is going to happen with Nike. So it's following the script pretty nicely so far. It's a little behind, but I think it's going to catch up in October. It's always, it's similar, but it doesn't have to be exact. So this is just a guess. But if the stars align, it seems like we have a decent trade on. Institutional ownership is up. Let's see here. Do I have an AI guess? Yeah, AI says 75 to 85 over 6 months. 120 to 150 by next year, which kind of aligns with my guess too. Sweet. Pfizer. Pfizer had some Trump news. The other day, they did something. Some kind of deal. I don't know what's going on exactly, but something about drug prices, lowering drug prices for Americans because we are being charged much higher rates than other countries around the world. So they're normalizing that price structure. And apparently they're not going to be gouging Americans anymore. Plus they're going to be building some manufacturing in the US. So Pfizer is ripping on that news. Pretty incredible. Another nice trend break. Breakout pullback action. Obviously with the news catalyst. So I bought on day one here. I probably should have been averaging into it before that, but we got in around 25. Going to be building a bigger position into that. Hopefully it gets a pullback. If it just keeps going, then well, I don't know. I think it will have a pullback eventually. Maybe a flag, high tide flag situation incoming. So let's see. Small cap's kind of slow right now. Kind of slow. There's a couple things. ASBP. Another sub dollar. We're getting a lot of sub dollars lately. Not my favorite, but we'll take them. Take them if we get them. CIGL, probably the best fade opportunity today. Make sure these are on watch. Yeah, we have those. DKI, what is this? Not even up much. So nothing else really running in small cap yet. Yeah, so Tesla has those Q3 deliveries numbers coming out. DKI, no news on this. We'll keep an eye on it, I guess. There's nothing else interesting here. TSHA is only up 20%, 30%, not really much. Can't really touch that one. IVDA. You know, that was maybe something. Just slow. Could heat up later. Let me see. IVDA. Yeah. Interesting. Bars are getting snatched up pretty quick on these things. Now it's cheap, but we wanted it earlier. Let's see. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, we wanted it earlier. Oh well. Let's see. In UAI, multi-day runner. Okay, so this one, we saw this trend break coming on the 30th. Okay, then the question was yesterday, is it going to have a follow-through red day or not? And it didn't. It went sideways. So now the question is it going to be sort of a third day surge down? Because now we've got, you know, it's sort of middle of the road-ish, but if you're long from yesterday, you want it to kind of hold up. If it cracks this trend right here, maybe we have a decent looking red day on it. So that is a potential short for today. Keep a close watch on it. Now these things can go both ways, so we'll see if this trend breaks. It looks like it could. And then if it does, then we're looking at room towards $1.20, depending on how aggressively it wants to come down. Maybe we'll give that a try. My favorite, though, is if it doesn't break down today and it comes back up over the high, you know, maybe this week or next week, fake out the high and then give me a nice setup. So we'll watch it. Zura. Another multi-day run, kind of proving itself still. Maybe not as nice as in UAI, but decent. And it's kind of a, I don't know, all this stuff is such a light volume on the base. NUAI had a much better base. So this one's really went from flatlining to just 2 green days in a row. So it's a little different than NUAI. But again, if it can either crack a trend or fake out the high, we want to either a fake out or a trend break. That's pretty much all I care about. And it's sort of breaking trend overnight. So that is a potential trend break today. Hood flagging. Higher time frame? Is it higher time frame or high tide flag? I've seen both. I think Switterman terminology. We're overlapping. Okay, let's look at Hood real quick. Small caps are kind of slow today. Man, stuff is just ripping. Freaking nuts. Yeah, hood is just at the highs. High time frame. Hood. Yeah, hood is just at the highs right here. Amazing. Let's see. Such strength. See, this is a good trap setup right here. Because this one had a... Let me make this one red so it's easier to see. Yeah, this one had a decent looking trend line. Nice pullback, but it reclaims the trend line and then it just keeps going higher. So this sort of traps a bunch of shorts in it. Yeah, I don't have a great read on it. It looks like it's holding the highs really nicely. Maybe like a pretty small flag right here. Yeah. Over the past couple days. That could be something. Amazing strength. I remember this one was $100 over here. And now it's at 140. Crazy. Russell weaker compared to ES, NQ, YM. Impacting small caps. Yeah, and small caps are kind of a beast of their own. They kind of do their own thing. So they'll heat up. They'll get slower, heat up randomly. Even so. Oh man, I forgot that one from yesterday. It was so nice. Get some wacky strategies in small cap. So, what was it? Was it ACAN? Yeah, you get random stuff like this that just starts flying out of nowhere. And then if you're quick with the short, you know, you can hit that short and then that thing just came right back. So, never know when these pop up. Some wacky small cap strats. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's kind of a pain to trade them because you got to be ready all the time. It can happen any time of day. And you got to be kind of quick when it happens. And there's still a chance it could go another leg up and then do the move. So it's a little annoying. But wow, amazing, amazing opportunity there. If you can hit the short. I'm still wondering if Trump's going to legalize weed. I wouldn't be surprised if they just come out and say, oh, we're legalizing it. By the way, we bought in at 50 cents a share. The government's in. Best investor. Maybe the greatest investor. That's what they tell me. CJ had that offering yesterday. Amazing stuff. I mean, I was predicting it would come back below 30 cents. So I was just holding on, and they dropped an offering. So, hey, this is I said it was a super sketchy stock, super dilutive company. Not surprising at all that they did an offering. It's kind of funny. But yeah, they ended up pumping the stock up, selling off probably 50 million or 100 million warrants, and then also doing another offering all in the same day. So they're not pumping it for no reason. You got to pump it so you can dump it. That's the rule. Nice call. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not seeing much else I can do in small cap. Do have ASBP. Hopefully that one just topped out in pre-market. Fingers crossed. NUAI, yeah, we'll probably try that one. Let's see. The problem with these is they either go full waterfall out of the gate, or it turns into a dip and rip, and then it rips back up. So you kind of have to hit it and then cut quick if it comes back up. It is testing that trend line already. 1 minute to the bell. Yep, good luck everyone. I'm gonna try it. If it comes back, I just cut. Easy. Pretty tight risk. Kind of feels like small cap's gonna have a black swan soon. It's been too easy for too long. Yeah, the nice thing with these multi-day runners too is people forget about them, so they're usually pretty chill. Everyone's crowding into the gappers usually. Oh, Tilray straight up. Oh boy. I'm all out of that. Unfortunately, it did pull back to the breakout level. Eh. Anyway, I'm not really doing what I want. Tilray, let's see what happened here. No news that I can see. They have earnings on the 9th. Ooh. It's going to be bad earnings. It's always bad earnings for Tilray. Wow. Chart looks like it could explode. Man. Wow, Hood looks like it did a fake out over that flag. PayPal up a little bit. Oh, Intel pop and drop. Nike up massively. No fake out strat for me on Tesla today. Let's see, Intel doing something. Tesla beat delivery expectations. Waterfall, of course, yeah. Makes sense. Everyone panic. They did better than we thought. Mm-hmm. No jobless claims due to shutdown. Huh. So we just stop reporting numbers if we shut down the government? Hmm. IO and Q up. See, IO and Q should be an epic short at some point because they don't make any money. People just think that, I don't know, it's the next Nvidia or something, but I don't think it works like that. Not a big number right now anyway. Yeah, IO and Q might be, I don't know, it's going to be an epic short, but I don't know where the top is. Companies have to make money. As it turns out, that's usually how it works. It's just like bubble market stuff going on. And probably what it is you've got actual good investors shorting it because they can see that it should go down. But then everyone's buying it because it's the next Nvidia, but not really. So it squeezes. Maybe in, I don't know, 50 years, quantum stuff is just so useless right now. Actually, the best thing quantum will be used for is probably cracking Bitcoin, hacking Bitcoin. I think that's the best use case right now for quantum. Which is kind of a big deal. GME situation. Yeah, pretty much, except I don't know, if GameStop was going bankrupt and then all of a sudden they weren't. And it was like a free, easy short for hedge funds to just blindly put their shorts into because they have to have some short position. So they just hit this basket of, um, retail stores. So it's like kind of the perfect storm. This one is, I don't know, it's just such an obvious short that everybody was shorting it, but then it got pumped back up, so now it's squeezing. It's just so funny how the fundamentals just don't matter sometimes, a lot of times. But yeah, this is probably one of the most amazing short opportunities. I just don't know where the top is. It's really hard to say. Squeezes can go on for quite a while. Plus, the market, you know, isn't really pulling back yet. Yeah, it's probably just gonna squeeze out all the short sellers, and then eventually come down. Let's see. This is kind of absurd, but potentially this is what Quantum ends up doing. Just a guess. But you know, if you just look at the technicals, you've got a high right here at 55 bucks. So that's sort of support now. And I just look at this like a penny stock, but on the weekly chart. And a penny stock doing this would have a really hard time breaking down right here because it's not extended enough yet from support. It could always roll over, but and maybe do head and shoulders type move. But the alternative is it's got to squeeze for real, and it's kind of just getting started. So I want extension from the high right here. I want extension from 55. You know, 70 is okay, but it's not really extended. I want that like blow off top type move. Just super irrational spiking. So if Quantum did get up here into the 150 area, then maybe I'll buy some puts. You know, like maybe 6 month out or a year out for puts, and then yeah, just nice. Puts are kind of nice because you don't have infinite risk on your trade. So Lulu dip and rip almost stopped you. Risk was so 174.92. Yeah, I'm swinging Lulu. Ooh, man. It's looking good. We'll buy some more Lulu. Yeah, I suspect with Tilray, it's going to have bad earnings. So probably going to run up into earnings maybe, and then that might be the end unless there's some real legalization stuff coming out. Wow. Yeah, hopefully the bottom is in for Lulu. I kind of like the 20 moving average on the daily as a guide for the swing, because it kind of wants to reclaim that. If it does hold up really well, it should sort of hold on to that moving average pretty well. Like every time it makes the turn, it sort of holds the 20. And as it tries to make the turn, it's testing the 20, testing the 20. So hopefully this one holds up. Tesla, let's see. Big pop and drop. Can I get a day trade? No great read on it here. Looks like it wants to go lower. All right, maybe if it tries to bounce here, I might maybe try. I don't know. Not really my thing. PayPal really chopping around. It has been fighting this channel for a while, fighting inside the channel between 65 and 71 since August. So it's a big channel. It's going to break out or it's going to break down. Kind of reminds me of this section right here. It's pretty much exactly the same thing. Let me map that one out real quick. Let's see. PayPal. This would be sad if this happens. I don't want this to happen. A lot of times these patterns are reversible. I mean, they can, there's a decision point and then it can go one way or the other. I probably will cut it though if it drops too much. Maybe 64 stop. We'll see. Going up quite a bit. Honestly, this could break out. Break out over 430. It's tested the level once. Usually on the second test is the time it could break through potentially. That would be all-time high. Just about. Kind of reminds me of PLTR. Sort of like this area. Let's check this one out. Let's see. Let's go something like this. Pretty good. Pretty good. I don't know. That looks pretty solid to me. Plus, there's a reason for this to go up. We have crypto. We have the crypto president. The pumper in chief. He's on it. Pumping everything up. I don't know. That seems kind of reasonable. Huh. All right, I'm going to start building in a Coinbase position. Risking about 290. For a swing. All right, I like it. I like it. Makes sense to me. All right. Let's see. What else? All right. Well, I think I'm going to call it there. I'm going to have a small red day on the day trades. Pretty scratch. But swings are up massively. So I like to see that. Pretty slow right now. I don't think there's anything else going to happen for me on the day trades. So we'll just call it there. All right. Good luck, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.